Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to The Bigger Picture.
Woo, our second show feels like our 50th show.
I know. I'm so excited. It's so fun to be here. I was looking forward to this all week.
Yes.
All the last 2 weeks. And we have such a great show planned today.
We have so many things to announce, so many things to talk about. And, of course, we want to welcome our guest, Dr. Michael Kosolovo, here this morning.
Oh, yeah. Here are the headphones, Dr. Mike.
There's Dr. Mike.
Good morning.
So we're going to hear from Dr. Mike in a little bit, and you can feel free to jump in and
just jump in
talk
anytime.
while we're chatting.
You can chime in anytime.
I'm very quiet.
Chime in anytime.
I don't say much.
All right,
So
let's recap a little bit on what the show is all about.
All right, you go ahead.
So The Bigger Picture is a show that is based on the entrepreneurship of Rockland-based business owners who also give back to the community, whether it's a charity, a cause, fundraiser. These individuals that are guests on our show really do a lot for the county, and they run amazing businesses too. So this is a show to highlight those unsung heroes and to find out a little bit more about some events that they have going on so that we can, make sure that we're promoting and getting excited about helping out too.
I think one of the things that has really struck me in doing the show and getting prepped for the show is the number of people who we have run into in meetings who they'll say, well, you have to know this one because she volunteers for this. You have to know this one, he volunteers for that. And I think it's funny because they all come up and they want to talk, but they don't want to talk about their business. They want to talk about the charities they support. And I'm like, wait, what do you do? It's about you.
You have to literally keep track of the business component because it's the charity work and the fundraising that these individuals are I think that the passion surpasses even the business when it comes to the charity work that they're doing. Yeah, and it's inspiring, really.
I think most people realize that they get more out of the giving part than the business. A lot of people
do you think that that's a personal thing? Like, is it a feeling?
It's funny. I almost think it's almost selfish in a way because when you realize how much you get out of giving, you do it for yourself.
Absolutely.
It makes you feel good. I was just speaking to someone last night, and he was talking about how he does fundraising events. And he says, when I get back in the car afterwards, I feel so much better about myself than I did before. So it's really selfish. I'm doing it for myself. And the more you do for others, the better it makes you feel.
It's almost like you get addicted to it.
And that was kind of the idea behind the show, why highlighting both the entrepreneurial aspect and then the giving back aspect, was that we're hoping that, there's lots of people you can choose to work with. But we want to highlight the people that do give back so that people say, well, if I have a choice between A and B, I want to go with the person and the entrepreneur who's giving back, who's doing more for the community. And that was, why kind of to highlight, people. And it's the theory of, if you give a busy person, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. They'll get it done. Yeah. And that's the people that we're highlighting. So let's just thank our sponsors again. So,
my name is Kyra Grundig. I'm with the Bonefish Grill, and my location is in the shops in Nanuet. And we also have Risa.
GMG, PR, that's me. Social media, visibility, all kinds of promotion and marketing, and really fun things, fun clients.
We have Kevin Hardy's business, which is KLS Transportation. He was our first guest. You can go to klstransportation.com. His phone number is 845-623-6145. He can take you to the airport, doctor's visits, special nights out on the town, wineries, etc. We also have Burbauer and Beldock, our Hudson Valley premier personal injury and medical malpractice. They're the law firm in New City and Tarrytown. Their phone number is, and it might be smart to actually plug this right into your phone if you're ever in a jam. Their number is 800-587-4878 at BANDBNYLAW.com.
It's BND.
Did I get that wrong?
No, you got it right. And
hi, Jeff.
Tell you, if you get into a jam, you want Jeff on your side.
You want that number,
sure,
and just plug the number in your phone.
And our newest sponsor, who is Dr. Mike, who's here this morning from New City Chiropractic Center. And what's interesting is that our sponsors became sponsors after we asked them to be guests. So it's not like we're having them on because they are sponsors. They're just really good people, and we are very blessed and fortunate to be able to work with them. So you'll hear more from Dr. Mike in a minute, but 30 years providing health and wellness care for people in Rockland County and the surrounding area, all kinds of pain and things that he'll go into, how he helps people get over those things. And just a reminder that if you want to win our prizes, which we'll announce in a little bit, the way you do that is you go send us an email at thebiggerpicturewrcr@gmail.com.
Or you can send us a message right on Facebook.
Right, and you can like things on Facebook, send us a message on Facebook, and we're gonna look at those as well. So also for anybody who is out there, apparently last week we had someone following us from Scotland on Periscope.
Yeah, if you're on Periscope,
So if
check
you're
it out. You can stream us live.
Although our Periscope just died, but that's okay.
That's okay. We'll try to fix it.
We're gonna fix that.
Technical difficulties.
All right, and then Twitter also. We have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have kind of everything going on. So follow all of our social media, and we'll be posting things and events and things that we have coming up on our Facebook page. We're also going to announce today the winners of
The Valentine's Day dinner at Bonefish Grill in Nanuet, and the nice limousine ride to and from the restaurant. So we will definitely be announcing that today. We'll be announcing that at the end of the show.
That's going to be quite a nice gift for somebody to win. And we will also announce the winner of our 2-hour Bounce gift card at Bounce Trampoline Sports in Valley Cottage. And today is Tuesday's $2 off Tuesday at Bounce. Say that 3 times. Twice.
Do it. Go ahead.
Good luck.
So if you go today to Bounce Trampoline Sports in Valley Cottage and mention that you listen to The Bigger Picture, they'll take $2 off every jumper.
That's a great
so
deal.
That's kind of fun. So
Thanks,
that's
Bounce.
just it. And a big shout out. So Steve and Meredith have been very good about putting up with our buddy Bulldog at Ocean 98. And this was an accidental relationship that came about through Periscope and Christine Gritman from Lohud.
It was fate.
It was fate, and I found them on Periscope and said hi, and the rest is history. And so they call in every morning now, and they chat with Steve and Meredith and give Mark Hannig a very hard time. And it is so much fun, though. It is really a blast to get their feedback, and they're really getting into Rockland County and enjoying it. And we have a big announcement to make about them at the end of the show, and that should be a lot of fun. But I got to give a shout out to them because they're so much fun. And if you're up early, 6 to 7, you can watch them on Periscope. They're on?
They're on the phone.
Oh, all right.
Do we
I
have a
said
caller?
the only caller we would take was Bulldog.
Okay, we got a call.
All right,
we got
go
a
ahead.
caller.
Hello? Oh, all right. Bulldog couldn't wait.
That's all right.
Well, he can call back.
You can call back.
If he wants to call in. All right. So, our next announcement.
We have some really fun and exciting things coming up. We have,
we're going to be at the Nanuet.
yes, we are going to be at the
Street Fair.
Nanuet Street Fair.
We are going to have a booth, and we're going to have all our sponsors there. Dr. Mike.
I'll be there.
He's going to be there, and we're going to have Kevin and Jeff, and we're going to have a whole bonefish, bigger picture
We're going to have a
table.
bonefish crew there. Make sure that we have some bang bang shrimp.
We'll have bang bang
We're going to
shrimp.
have some bang
Well,
bang
I'm
shrimp.
So yeah, that's going to actually be a lot of fun. If you haven't been to the Nanuet Street Fair, it is a wonderful event.
It is
15,000
so
people,
fun.
200 vendors, and this year we're doing old-fashioned games. So we're going to have egg toss, and we're going to have potato sack races, and it's going to be really, really fun. So that's June 5th.
Put it on the calendars. Bring the
So if
kids.
people hurt themselves during the sack race, I can help them. And if they
and then-
really injure themselves,
Then
Jeff
Jeff
can help them.
could come in, and then Kevin can take them right to wherever they need to go.
It's a family event.
Oh my gosh,
So that's why we're such a good team.
we're such a good
Right.
family.
All right, and then Boulders games?
Yes, we have. This is a really exciting thing for Bonefish, but we are going to be sponsoring the Boulders for 2016, and we are so excited about that relationship. Can't wait to hang out at the field and get to know everybody a little better at the Boulders and hang out, watch some games, hang out with some big picture.
So we're going to have our bigger
Peeps.
picture, get our
Yeah.
peeps there, our sponsors there.
They're a lot of fun.
and-
We've gone to a couple with our office the last couple of years.
So
We
much
have,
fun.
like,
My
a patient
staff is
appreciation day. They're a
like
lot of
beyond
fun.
excited.
Yeah.
They're like,
It
how
is
many
fun.
games are we
And
going to
it's
go
good- and
to?
it's good baseball too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good level of
Beautiful
baseball.
stadium,
Yeah.
exciting team, really awesome management team. We're really
We
excited
treat a
about
couple
the
of the
relationship.
patients. They're great. Marcus is great. There's some really good players. So
That's
you'll have
awesome.
fun. Yeah.
Yay.
I'll be there.
Good.
All right. And then we're actually going to bring back something. Anybody remembers Z100 from the old days where they had car magnets, and you would put them on your car, and then there was like a prize patrol. So we're actually going to
do a prize patrol.
So we're going to have bigger picture magnets, and you can go and pick them up at Bonefish Grill when they're ready. We'll let you know when they're ready.
Yep.
And then put them on your car, and then we're going to go around with the whole team in Kevin's van. And Bulldog said he was coming, so Bulldog said he's coming up for this. And we're going to spot people who have the magnets on the back of their car, and we're going to jump out.
Prize patrol.
Prize patrol. So we're doing that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So we're making this a real. You're in.
You have
gotta go.
You're sponsored.
I
You
would
signed up
miss
for
it.
this.
I would not miss that for the world.
All right. So now let's move on. I think we covered all
Let's
that.
talk
right?
about-
So let's talk about
Let's talk about our guest today.
our guest today. So Dr. Mike runs, Dr. Mike Kosalova and Dr. Gil Rodriguez run New City Chiropractic Center for 30 long
Oh, my
years
God.
in Rockland County.
It's amazing.
And I have to say that I had never been to a chiropractor before I met you, and that was 4 years ago. And I was like, no, it's okay. I'm not coming in. No, I don't think so. And it took a lot of convincing, and I eventually went in and then really understood the benefits of it, and have since brought both my daughters there. And it's a really terrific way of feeling better in general. So tell us, Dr. Mike, how did you get into chiropractic?
Well, that's an interesting story in and of itself, because I had never been to a chiropractor when I went to chiropractic school. So,
Are you serious?
Oh, no, that's a story in and of itself. I'll have to tell you a Bonefish one night. But I had always wanted to be in the healthcare field at some point. As a kid, I always wanted to be a pediatrician or a medical doctor. And so when I got into pre-med at Seton Hall University, I started looking at alternative types of healthcare. And the things that drew me to chiropractic was, one, it's a drugless art. So I was never big into taking medications as a kid or taking pills. And so chiropractors don't prescribe medication. And then on top of that, I was always into fitness and health and sports injuries. And so chiropractic lends itself to sports injuries. In fact, I have a certification as a sports team physician. And so it's a great opportunity to help people naturally, and that's what I do as a chiropractor. And I started at kind of as a whim, like, hey, I'll do chiropractic. And again, 30 years later, I'm still doing the same thing. So it's really cool. But I love it. It's a great profession. I wouldn't change it for the world.
So how does it work exactly for people who have never been to a chiropractor?
Well, it's funny because a lot of people who have never been to chiropractors are scared of chiropractic, but it's really the most natural thing to do. I think it makes the most sense of any healthcare profession because it doesn't deal with a lot of medications. If I gave you my elevator speech for chiropractic, chiropractic is really about dealing with the spine and how it relates to the nervous system. The brain and the spinal cord are like the computer of the body. Everybody understands computers. There's over 40 trillion cells in every body. And each of those cells is connected to the brain through this massive network of nerves. So these nerves go from the brain down through the spinal cord, and there's bones in the spine called vertebra. And in between each of those vertebrae, branches or roots come out from the spine, and they go to all different parts of the body. So basically what chiropractors do is we affect the nervous system by maintaining motion in the joints of the spine, making sure that the joints of the spine are functioning well, so it removes interference. And if we allow the body to do what it needs to do, the theory is the body can take care of itself. And that's what chiropractors do. Spinal manipulation is our main form of treatment. And most people think it started with chiropractic 130 years ago. But manipulation is really one of the oldest forms of therapy. It dates back to ancient Greeks and ancient Egyptians did
Really?
spinal manipulation. In fact, Hippocrates, back in 400 BC, has a quote that said, deal with the spine as a prerequisite to rid the body of disease. So they've been doing spinal manipulation.
So it's
for
really an
thousands of
alternative
years.
medicine.
It is. Yep. It's a holistic form of care. It's a way of treating the body without drugs. And so even Thomas Edison, one of the famous quotes from Thomas Edison back in the 20s, I think he said something like, the doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his or her patients in the care of the human frame, in proper diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. So these are great people hundreds and thousands of years ago
Who knew what they were talking about.
understood the importance of spinal manipulation as a form of treatment for the ailing body.
And isn't it, you can really use this on any age as well, right?
Oh,
there was
I've
just
had
a
patients
story,
as young
but
as,
infants and
Yep.
there was a story on Facebook not that long ago with I think a woman had just given birth, And
I treated my kids as soon as they were born. I mean, I've had patients in the office as early as 1 or 2 days old, And I think an interesting story, the oldest patient I ever had in my office myself was 94 years old. His great-granddaughter was getting married in a month, and he had severe arthritis in his back, and he was having problems walking. So he wanted to be able to dance with her at the wedding. Oh, here's
You're trying to make me cry.
here it comes.
So we treated him for a month, almost every day for a month, and he was able to go to the wedding. They danced at the wedding, and one of the prized possessions that I have is he came in afterwards.
Did he show you a picture?
He gave me a framed picture of her and him dancing at the wedding.
Oh my!
So that was
You'll
a
never
wonderful
forget
thing.
that.
No, it was great. It was
Now,
great.
one of the things about your office that I think really struck me, and I've heard other people mention it over the years, is that your office is more like a hangout spot. So
We have fun
because
in
of
my
the way
office.
you like
No
the
doubt
Second
about it.
bonefish?
it's like the second moment. The way it's set up is just so social, and
We have
it's so
a
enjoyable.
general therapy suite. So we had a new patient
That's
a
a good way
couple
to
weeks.
put it.
We had a new patient a couple weeks ago who was sitting there, and when the office is busy, there's maybe hooting and hollering and laughing and joking. And she was sitting and she says, "Is it always this much fun in your office?" I said, "Typically, yeah." She goes, "I don't care if I feel better. I'm just coming here to have fun." It's
You know what,
it's
though?
great
That's a really
experience.
really big testimony to the work that you do. And not only because you've been in business for so long, but that people feel comfortable. And for anybody who is seeking a chiropractor or who may be interested by this conversation and trying that type of care, just knowing that you're going to show up to an office that is fun and welcoming is a huge... It makes it so easy to just take that step.
Is there anything worse than going to a stuffy, miserable doctor's office?
No.
It makes you feel miserable. So
And you're trying to go there to feel better. So right through the door...
the process
Yeah.
begins as soon as you walk in the door. And I am blessed to have such a wonderful staff. I mean, you mentioned Dr. Gil Rodriguez, who's a wonderful chiropractor. He's been my associate for over 4 years. And his specialty is in exercise physiology, so he does all our exercise programs and nutrition. But he's a great heart also. And then Darlene's our office manager. She takes care of all the insurance
I have to
billing.
meet her. She's
Shout
got to
out
be
to
fun.
Darlene.
Oh, she's
Love
phenomenal.
you, Dar.
She's phenomenal. I can't deal with insurance stuff. I love patients. I hate insurance stuff. And so she handles all that for me. And then Gabby's our front desk receptionist, and she's always happy and chirping and answers the phones. So when patients come in our office, we want them to feel like they're part of the family.
Yeah.
And
And
that's where the healing begins. It begins at that point.
It does.
think that-
Healing is inside.
Absolutely.
And it's a
Yep.
mindset. And when you can start there, it's a great
And when you
place
can
to
give
start.
people a positive attitude and let them know that they're loved and supported and they're going to feel better, we're going to do everything we can to get you to feel better, they're going to feel better.
Well, it's not a surprise, too, that throughout this conversation that we're having is that Dr. Michael is somebody who's so passionate about giving back, because that is just a direct correlation between what you do professionally and how you've chosen to pick certain charities that you've been involved in and for a long time, too.
What a wonderful segue. So, so let's talk about some of those, Dr. Mike, because this is your 30th year in business. And you have, not only do you have a lot coming up, but you also have been already involved with so many things. So do you want to talk a bit about Homemades or?
Yeah. One of the organizations that I'm very involved in is Homemades of Rockland. I got involved with them a couple of years ago, again, through kind of a personal experience. My mom was 94 and she passed away 2 years ago. The last year and a half of her life, she was homebound. And her biggest desire was to stay in her home. She didn't want to have to go to a nursing home or a facility. And so I have two wonderful brothers, and between their help and mine, we were able to keep her home, and she was able to live out her last 2 years the way that she wanted and die at home. And so as I became involved in Homemades of Rockland, that's an organization that for over 40 years has been involved in this county to help people live their lives in their own way. In fact, their mission statement is to live life on your own terms. And so what I've learned, and their executive director is Cecilia Haverson, and she's a wonderful person.
Wonderful.
She's so dedicated and passionate about what she does. And one of the things I learned from her is there's three levels of patients that are seeking care. One are patients that have the financial needs to stay in their own home. They don't need a lot of help. They're fine. And
Which
then
is probably a small percentage.
Probably is, okay? But then there's people who don't have the income and they qualify for Medicaid. And Medicaid will provide their home care. But then there's the middle bunch, the people that don't make enough but don't qualify for Medicaid. And those are the people that really need the help. Those
But do you
are the
think
people
that
need
would
help.
be like the largest percentage of that
Sure it
group?
is.
I'm sure it is too.
Exactly. And so what they do is they have a what's called a reduced rate home care program, which provides services on a sliding scale. So based on what your income is, they will provide home care based on what you can afford to pay.
So they
And it's a
work with
wonderful
you,
thing.
and they make it work.
And they have, I think, over 70 home care aides that they send out.
In Rockland County.
In Rockland County, yeah. I wasn't even aware of them until a couple of years ago. And I think one of the biggest things that Cecilia tries to do is to get the word out, because I think a lot of people don't understand what they do and don't realize that there's opportunities in this county for you to be able to stay home if that's what you want to do.
So you stumbled upon this because of your own personal situation with your mom?
Yeah, that kind of drew me towards it.
Yeah.
We have a good friend, Mitch Gustler, who was on the board, and Alden Wolf is on the board. And so through talking with them, I got to start doing a little bit of fundraising with them. I did a couple of things involved. And I was like, you know what? I really feel passionate about this. And they asked me to be on the board, on the board last year. And I said yes. So that's something that I'm doing now.
So I just want to give out home aids if anybody needs that service. Their phone number is 845-634-2024, or you can go to homeaids.org. And they actually do a lot of very fun events, too.
They
which,
do.
Which
We have a great beefsteak.
and-
Kathy Cole runs the beefsteak, and we had a great time with that. Dan Wugman is the president right now there, and he does a fantastic job. So they're a great organization.
So I'm going to keep moving you because we could talk for literally hours about all your activities. So let's go to the next one. So the Sons of Italy, who we have to give a big shout out to the Sons of Italy.
Who doesn't love the Sons of Italy?
With
I
a
mean,
name
come
like
on.
Coach Alovo, I gotta
You
be a
have
member
to
of the Sons of
represent.
Italy. Absolutely. I know Kevin Hardy was last week here, and he was talking about the IOH. Now we're
Sons
talking
of
about the
Italy.
Sons of Italy. That's it. Oh, and also, as we say that, I know he brought cake last week. I brought cannoli.
Speaking of the Sons of
and
Italy.
Squidel, so
Yay.
here you
Oh
go,
my
Kevin.
gosh.
Beat that, Kev. There you go. And I also
That's
bought,
for the after party.
That's right. And I also bought you girls hats.
Oh my gosh, thank you
Little
so much.
New City Chiropractic
Very
hats.
much. We've got swag.
We've
people.
got swag and
Swag.
cannolis. Are
What
you
does Jeff
kidding
call
me?
it? Jeff calls it something else.
Sludge.
Sludge.
But yeah,
we've got
I've been
our
involved with the Sons of Italy now for 4 or 5 years, and it's a national organization, and their main objective is to promote the Italian culture and tradition and language. And at the same time, not only do we have fun there and play bocce ball, and we have a great time, and play cards,
Meatball dinners.
we have those too. But they're very involved in charity and charitable organizations. One of the biggest things that we do is we're dealing with the Homes for Heroes project. In fact, John Murphy, who you're good friends with, is a very great friend of our Blauvelt chapter, the Sons of Italy, and we do a lot. So not only do we provide money to them, donate money, but our members donate their time to actually build the homes that the veterans can come and live into.
Wow.
So that's a great thing.
And they've got coming up in September one of the biggest events in all of
Well,
Rockland County.
our biggest fundraiser is the Italian Festival, and we've had that for 4 years now. I think 5 years. This will be the 6th year.
Sixth or seventh year.
It's 6th year.
That's got to be so much fun.
Have you ever gone?
4
No.
days.
Oh my God.
Oh,
We're,
going
well,
this
we're gonna
year? We're
wait.
the
We're
largest-
having a booth this year.
Yes.
We're having a booth this year. We're there.
It's the
We're
largest
there.
festival in Rockland County. I think last year we had over 40,000 people. Over
It's
4
4 days long.
Yeah. So it's Thursday, Friday. This year will be September.
No need to go down to Little Italy.
15th
We can
through
just
the
go to-
18th.
yeah.
It's actually
I know,
the
it's
same
great.
weekend
Great.
as the San Gennaro Festival, and more people come to ours because it's less crowded. You don't have to deal with all the hassle of
That's
getting in and
great.
out of the city. And they have food. They have carnival rides for the kids, a massive carnival ride.
so fun.
They have
It's amazing.
So
The
fun.
food's amazing.
and the entertainment is phenomenal. Every night they have great bands, so you can get a bottle of wine, hang out, listen to a
When
band.
is this again?
September
Trust me,
15th
you'll
through the
know
18th.
because we're going to have a booth and we're going to be there.
It's at
so
the
you'll
Masonic
know.
Fairgrounds on Western Highway.
In Japan, right.
Awesome.
All right, and then Toys for Tots.
Yeah.
You've been doing that for
since my first year. That was the first thing I ever did in my office.
You know, I want to
started in
ask you,
September.
what was that aha moment where you knew, as a new business owner, a new practice owner, what drew you to that?
To Toys for Tots?
Yeah.
'Cause he's a
I
nice guy.
was always involved in like toys at my church, our local church that we always raise toys. Okay, and then when I realized that I could do it on an office scale, on a larger scale, I was like, this is great. So I remember calling the first time I called. I had started my office in September, and that November I called up the Marine Corps. I said, can I be a
drop-off
spot?
Yeah.
They said, sure, anybody can. So that started, and I did the next year, and I've been doing it every year since. So I don't know. I think you've kind of estimated how many toys I've
did.
raised.
It was over 4,000 toys.
I was like,
Really?
really? That's pretty cool.
I
didn't know that. Yeah.
It's about 4,000 toys.
But so we've been doing that every year since, and they're a great organization. I mean, the Marines, the veterans,
Yeah.
the old guys that come in to help out, they do a great job. So that's something we've done every year since.
And you're also going to put together a team for Keep Rockland Beautiful this year?
Yeah, we're excited about that. One of the things that we're doing as part of our 30th anniversary celebrations, I wanted to, again, do something for the community, not just in us. And so we're going to be getting involved with Keep Rockland Beautiful. So April 10th, we're going to get a group of patients together. So patients that are listening, make sure that you sign up with us. And we're going to have a team, and we're going to go out and help clean an area, or
We're going to find an area in your
maintain
city. We're going to work with Susan at Keep
a
Rockland
highway
Beautiful.
or something. Yeah.
And we're going to get team shirts.
We'll have team shirts, and
Team
we'll have
shirts.
a party afterwards, so that'll be a lot of fun. So
That'll
I'm
be
really
fun.
looking forward to that. That'll be great.
That's awesome.
And then you actually aren't you having a workshop this week or
We
tomorrow
have,
night?
we have a nutritional workshop by Dr. Gill tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in our office. And actually, we do a lot of workshops. We love talking. As you can tell, I like to talk. And so we have a whole series
We
of
need a
workshops
longer show.
on stress and ergonomics and nutrition. And we're doing a back school program this year for the first time, February 23rd and March 1st, 2 consecutive Tuesday evenings at the Pearl River Adult School.
Right, so you can
if
go
want
to
information on that,
proriver.org, and there's information there for
check
that.
our website of that. So yeah, so that's great.
All right, so as you can see, Dr. Mike is one of those busy people. And if you need something done, you give it to Dr. Mike, and he will take care of it. We only got 4 minutes left or so. So what we want to do now is have Dr. Mike pull.
Eat a cannoli.
Well, we will eat cannolis. We may not do that on the air, but we're going to eat the cannolis. But, okay, so our prizes from last time are a Valentine's dinner for 2 at Bonefish Grill.
Yep.
With a limo ride from KLS Transportation. And you're gonna pick a name
gonna
out
pick
of here.
a
So
name.
just,
All right.
yeah, so this is random.
No
so
looking.
You have to listen, and we'll post this on Facebook as well.
Joe Kosolovo. No. I'm sorry.
We need a drum roll. All
The
right,
winner
who's our
is
first winner?
John Fugate. Is that a real name? Are you kidding me? John Fugazi.
All right, John.
Congratulations.
That's a Fugazi name.
Hopefully John is local, and we will find out if John's local. If he's not, then we will post a different winner on Facebook. But if John's local, then he's won dinner.
Congratulations.
Then we also
Congratulations, John.
have a bounce trampoline sports card for 2 hours at Bounce. So pull another name for that.
George Lagos.
George Lagos.
It's a good Greek name.
Put that on there. All right, and then we also got offered 2 tickets to tomorrow night's showing of Building Magic at the Rivertown Films in Nyack, and it is done. The film was done by a local film production firm in Nyack, and it's called Building Magic, and it's won awards and everything. So we've got 2 tickets to that tomorrow night, February 10th, 8 p.m.
And you know who's going?
Who's going?
Lyle Coilman.
Lyle.
Congratulations,
Lyle. Again, hopefully these people are local, and if you're not, let us know and we will re-award them. Next week, we've got 2 hours of bounce time. This is a really exciting one. We've got a 30th anniversary health and wellness package from New City Chiropractic
Wow.
Center, which includes...
Let me see what I did. It was good, whatever it was. It was a comprehensive health consultation and examinations. You can come in for an examination if you've never been there. And 2 free chiropractic sessions. So your first 2 visits are no charge. A nutrition and weight loss consultation with Dr. Gill, who we run a diet program there. Oh, and this is the best. A 30-minute office massage from massage therapist Nell Galvin, who is the most
Wow.
gifted massage therapist I've ever worked with. So she's phenomenal. She'll be doing a 30-minute free massage. So it's
That
a really
is
good
a
package.
huge
And that's all
package.
valued
Absolutely.
at $350. So that's
yeah,
going to be quite
absolutely.
a nice
Yep.
package.
Definitely want to write letters and send us messages on Facebook for that.
And then we've also got a $25 American Express gift card from Burr, Brower, and Beldock, one of our sponsors. So that's all good stuff. So before we say goodbye, I want to tell you that our next show is with Cynthia Branca, who is a certified financial planner, but she also is the head of the pajama program here in Rockland, which is just a phenomenal, really great program for
gonna be
kids.
another great
And
show.
She's going to tell us all about that. And the thing that we don't have time for, because we're almost out, is our big announcement, but I will give a hint of it, which is that we are going to be giving away a trip from Bulldog
A trip.
to Ocean City, Maryland.
We have a prize of a trip.
So that's going to be sort of going
That's
on
great.
for a couple
That's
of
awesome.
months. And
There's good golf in Ocean City, Maryland. Just letting you guys know.
yeah,
And sunshine,
it's
too.
going to be a lot of fun. So I think that's all we have time for. We've got the Nanuet Chamber of Commerce has George Homan as a speaker tomorrow. Thursday morning.
Thursday morning at Bonefish.
So please, if you can come and see Clarktown new supervisor George Homan, that would be great. You can go to nanuetchamber.com for that information. And again, once again, our sponsors, Bonefish Grill, GMG Public Relations, KLS Transportation, Burr, Brower, and Beldock, and our newest sponsor, New City Chiropractic Center. And
Yay.
Dr. Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
girl.
much,
That's a
Dr.
lot of fun.
Mike.
Thank you for the cannoli and everything else.
Thank
and
you. Good luck.
Please go over to and see Dr. Mike. All right.
Don't forget Hooked on Tuesday, guys.
That's right.
Bonefish Grill.
Second and fourth Tuesdays.
Yep.